Good afternoon, everyone. We are covering uh, breaking news from Orlando area, and let's follow what's going on right now from Orlando's Western News.
They are expecting large crowds in the hundreds or even thousands. On the right side of the screen.
Jason, I just checked WFTV right now. Um, WFTV in Orlando, which is my news source for coverage in Orlando, which is ABC 9. So that's what I would prefer to watch. Because remember, I'm an ABC News fan. They've been granted exclusive access for behind the scenes coverage at Amway Center. So, yeah, I might tune into their coverage if C-SPAN is not covering it at 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through multiple sources, and thanks for the heads up, Andy. By the way, folks, we're going to cover this event from every single news outlet in Orlando. We have right now West 2 News, ABC 9, that is in Orlando. We have Fox 35 and CBS 6 in Orlando. So we're going to tune into all the resources. And we just learned that the local newspaper, the Orlando Sentinel, is not endorsing Donald John Trump for 2020. So right now, Donald John Trump is supporting MCO. All right, let's listen to Fox 35. Hey man, Jason here. I'm covering right now for my YouTube channel Donald John Trump's visit to Orlando. And right now, his older son, Don Jr., is speaking over there at the Amway Center. Let's check the other resources. Wesh is off.
Right. We'll be right back.
Let's see if the other resources are back. All right, my apologies, folks. We are looking for Okay, let's return to Fox 35. Let's father like son. Let's see if Fox 35 came back on the air. Let's go to Fox 35. Oh, I see Puerto Ricans in there. Look at this mata. All right, now they're preparing the stage for Donald John Trump. Starting his 2020 re-election bid in Orange County, Florida. To be exact, in Orlando. And as you guys remember, 3 years ago, we had the second greatest mass shooting in America's history in Orlando that killed 49 people while gathering in polls. Of those 49, 23 were Puerto Ricans. And now, 3 years later, we're seeing Donald John Trump campaigning in a nearby Amway Center that is right off of I-4 in Orlando. And if you live in the Orlando area, please avoid at all costs what is going on over there at over there in Orlando. And of course, Lynx Bus according to the Lynx mobile app that we have right here, they were saying that they're anticipating delays and detours with President Trump's visit to downtown Orlando on Tuesday. For the latest information, go to golinks.com, facebook.com/golinks, twitter.com/linksbusorlando, the Links Bus Tracker app, or calling 407-841-5969. And of course, as you guys know, the Amway Center is nearby Sunrail. And we have that Sunrail is announcing a special service added from Church Street Station later on tonight. The northbound trains will be departing at 10:15, 10:30, and 10:45. And for southbound service, the trains will be departing at 10, 10:15, and 10:45. Please note, in anticipation of large crowds, please plan arrive 30 minutes in advance for all ticket or Sun card purchases. Sunrail reserves the right to limit strollers, bikes, and other large items when train is crowded. Expect full trains all day. Please be courteous to other passengers. And of course, to give you guys an idea of the area, we're gonna use Google Maps. And of course, the time is 7:05 here in New York City. All right, we're zooming in into the area. Post is right here. That's the Orlando station for Sunrail. Okay, this is Church Street Station on Sunrail. And Amway Center is right across from I-4. And as you guys see, South Huge Street, Huge Avenue is closed from Central Boulevard all the way to South Street. South Street is closed from Hewlett Avenue to Garland Avenue. So basically, all of downtown Orlando it is a nightmare right now. So please, if you don't need to be in the area of downtown Orlando, please avoid that area at all costs. So let's continue the coverage with ABC 9. Folks, we'll be right back. Don't go away. Okay, what's going on? My apologies, folks. We're having difficulties with ABC9 here. Good evening, folks, and welcome to this extensive coverage of Donald John Trump's campaigning in Orlando. This is your host, Jason Anthony, from New York. And Donald John Trump is set to hit the stage in Orlando less than half an hour from now. And we're using the live feed from WFTV, Channel 9 in Orlando. That they're covering basically the inside of the Amway Center in Orlando.
It's 7:30, so yeah. It's C-SPAN 2. You're looking for coverage. That's what I'm going to be watching it on. And I want to bias news. I hope C-SPAN election night next year's coverage.
I'm using WFTV's Channel 9 coverage that they're covering it from the inside of the Amway Center.
What's in your ashtray?
Let's see if Fox 35 has resumed coverage.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more. more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do. So
Good evening, everyone. We are still here, continuing
I
with the continuous coverage
each charted course
of Donald John Trump doing campaign in Central Florida. This is your host, Jason Anthony, live from New York,
much more than this. I did it.
and we are using WFTV's Channel 9's live feed
I'm sure you knew
because they're the only ones reporting from the inside of the Amway Center in Orlando. So to give you guys an idea how's the traffic in Orlando right now, this is the Amway Center. So South Street is closed from Euclid Avenue to Garland Avenue. Hillary Avenue is closed from Church Street all the way to Central Boulevard. There's heavy traffic on Church Street. And of course, Sunrail later on tonight is going to provide extra service to, let's say, to and from Church Street station later on tonight. So basically, they will add 3 additional trips tonight, 3 northbound, 3 southbound. Northbound service will be operating at 10:15, 10:30, and 10:45. Meanwhile, for southbound service will be at 10 o'clock, 10:15, and 10:45. Please note, in anticipation of large crowds, please plan to arrive 30 minutes in advance for all ticket or Sunrail or Suncard purchases. Sunrail reserves the right to limit strollers, bicycles, and any other large items when trains are crowded. So basically, we're gonna show right now which buses are affected by this event. And we're gonna try to submit as quick as we can. Okay, this is the area. We have buses. This is the Link Central Station. And this is the Amway Center right here. So let's say almost every single bus that goes to the to and from Link Central Station is affected right now. And if you're planning to use Sunrail tonight from the event, if you headed northbound, you could use the nearby Orlando Health Amtrak or the nearby Central Link Central Station. If you're going southbound, you could use the nearby Link Central Station. That's if you want to get a seat. So we're going to continue with Channel 9's live feed. The time is 7:51. Good evening, folks.
You're not gonna believe what C-SPAN just showed. Wow, I'm shocked. You know what I just saw? There was a guy holding a sign that said Trump is a Nazi, and a conservative who's supporting Trump pretty much was like holding his camera and confronting him. Only C-SPAN showed it.
Oh gosh, let me get to C-SPAN. I just obtained information from our fellow contributor, Andy's Randomness, that C-SPAN is going to cover this also.
2. C-SPAN 2.
Copy that, Andy. I'm still, thanks for that. I'm watching it live, both on C-SPAN 2 and on WFTV ABC 9, that they're showing it from the inside of the Amway Center. Now we're seeing Eric Kushner, his wife Ivanka.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Vice President and Second Lady of the United States, Mike and Karen Pence.
All right, let's listen to VP Mike Pence. Let's listen in, please.
It is great to be back in the Sunshine State. To Governor DeSantis, Senator Rubio, Senator Scott, members of Congress, members of the amazing Trump family.
Let's not throw up, shall we?
And my fellow Americans here in Orlando and all across this country, Karen and I are thrilled to be with you tonight. But we're here for one reason and one reason only. America needs 4 more years of President Donald Trump. It's on, everybody. Time for round 2. The 503-day campaign for America's future starts tonight. It's amazing to think about it. What began 4 years ago this week has grown into a movement. A movement of everyday Americans from every walk of life. You believed we could be strong again. You believed we could be prosperous again. And in President Donald Trump, you found a leader who believed in you. I don't have to tell any of you gathered here. President Donald Trump is the real deal. He's a man who says what he means and means what he says. And he gets up every day and fights to keep the promises we made to the American people. He said we'd make America great again, and that's exactly what we've done in just 2.5 short years. I mean, think about it. He promised to rebuild our military, and President Trump signed the largest investment in our national defense since the days of Ronald Reagan.
Excuse me?
He promised to stand up to our enemies and stand with our allies. And under this commander-in-chief, our armed forces captured every last inch of ISIS territory. And this president kept the promise made by 4 of his predecessors when he moved our embassy to Jerusalem, the capital of the state of Israel. He promised our veterans the real-time, world-class health care that you earned in the uniform of the United States, and President Donald Trump delivered. We reformed the VA, and Veterans' Choice is now the law. And this president's given the men and women of law enforcement the resources and the respect that they deserve every day. Violent crime is down. And under the president's leadership, we are waging an unprecedented fight against opioid abuse and addiction all across America. And of course, under President Trump's leadership, we've made historic investments to secure our southern border. We've supported Customs and Border Protection. We've stood by the courageous men and women of ICE, and thanks to the president's stand, Mexico has done more to secure our border in the last 10 days than the Democrats in Congress have done in the last 10 years. And with President Trump's national emergency declaration, we've already started to build that wall. And President Trump kept his word when he's appointed more principled conservatives to our federal courts in the last 2 years than any president in American history. And they're all men and women who will uphold all the God-given liberties enshrined in our Constitution, like the freedom of religion, the freedom of speech, and the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. And while leading voices in the Democratic Party advocate late-term abortion and even defend infanticide, I couldn't be more proud to serve alongside a president who stands without apology for the sanctity of human life. And beyond all that, President Trump promised to revive the American economy by rolling back red tape, unleashing American energy, fighting for fair trade deals and cutting taxes. And President Trump delivered 5.8 million new jobs since Election Day, and the unemployment rate has hit a 50-year low. More Americans are working today than ever before. Truth is, jobs are back. Confidence is back. And thanks to the leadership of President Donald Trump, America is back, and we're just getting started. That's what we call promises made and promises kept. But to keep America great, we have to re-elect a president who's been fighting for you every day. We've done so much, but there's much more to do. That's why we need 4 more years of President Donald Trump in the White House. Four more years means more jobs, more judges, more support for our troops, and it's going to take at least 4 more years to drain that swamp. You know, the choice in this election couldn't be clearer, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Today we have a president who loves this country, who never quits, who never backs down, who believes in you and fights for you. And President Donald Trump believes in freedom. Any other party, their candidates believe in more taxes, more regulation, and less freedom. Today, Democrats openly advocate socialism. An economic system that has impoverished millions of people around the world and sold the liberties of generations. But it was freedom, not socialism, that gave us the most prosperous economy in the history of the world. It was freedom, not socialism, that ended slavery and won 2 world wars and stands today as a beacon of hope for all the world. The moment America becomes a socialist country is the moment America ceases to be America. So as the president said in his State of the Union address, so we must say with one voice, America will never be a socialist country. The choice in this election will not just be a choice between 2 candidates. It'll be a choice between two futures. A future of more freedom or a future of more government. You know, on election night 2016, then President-elect Donald Trump promised, in his words, to be a president for all Americans. And I know he meant it from the bottom of his heart. So tonight, we appeal to all Americans. If you're doing better than you were 3 years ago, if your values are being better defended, if you're proud to have a president who fights for you and always puts America first, join us. Re-elect President Donald Trump, and we will keep America great. Now, the pollsters and pundits say our task won't be easy, just like they said before. But you all know better. We made history in 2016, and we're going to make history again in 2020 when we re-elect the 45th President of the United States for 4 more years. So as the campaign begins, I encourage you, bring all your enthusiasm and have faith. Faith that when our fellow Americans are given a choice between freedom, more freedom and more government, they choose freedom every time. Have faith in this president whose drive and vision are making America great again, even as we speak. And have faith. Have faith that he who blessed this one nation under God will yet bless America. And I know that with your ongoing and support and energy in the next 503 days, we'll re-elect this president. And with President Donald Trump in the White House for 4 more years, and with God's help, we will make America safe again. We'll make America prosperous again. And this president will make America greater than ever before. But you don't have to take my word for it, because now it is our high honor and distinct privilege to introduce to you our friends, the First Lady and the 45th President of the United States of America, First Lady Melania, and President Donald Trump. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their life to me. And I'm happy to stand up next to you when it hurts to today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I'm this man. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains from sea to shining sea, Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where we know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that life to me, and I'm happy to stand up next to you, and it's in her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this man.
Good evening, Orlando. It has been my honor to serve as First Lady of this incredible country for the past 2 years. And I'm excited to do it for 6 more. I'm proud of all that my husband, this administration, and our entire family have done on behalf of the American people in such a short time. He truly loves this country and will continue to work on your behalf as long as he can. All of us will. Thank you all again for being here tonight. And now, I want to introduce my husband, the President of the United States.
And
Donald
they
J.
even
Trump.
kissed in the lips. They only kissed in the cheeks. Let's see how Donald John Trump does in Orlando. Let's listen in, folks.
We had such luck in Orlando. We love being in Orlando. Thank you, Orlando. What a turnout! What a turnout! You know, I said this is a very big arena for Tuesday night. I said, you know, if we have about 3 or 4 empty seats, the fake news will say headlines. He didn't fill up the arena. You know. So I said, maybe we shouldn't take the chance. Maybe we shouldn't go to Orlando. We should go someplace else. And I said, no, I think we'll go to Orlando.
You should have gone to West Palm Beach.
Not only did we fill it up, but we had 120,000 requests. That means you folks have come out very, very good. Congratulations. I want to thank our great Vice President, Mike Pence, and his wonderful wife, Karen Pence, and our magnificent First Lady, Melania. Thank you. I'm thrilled to be back in my second home. That's what it is. It's my second home. In many cases,
Your second home is West Palm Beach, not Orlando.
it's the great state of Florida. Very historic, because exactly 4 years ago this week I announced my campaign for President of the United States. And it turned out to be more than just a political campaign. It turned out to be a great political movement because of you. A great movement. It's a movement made up of hardworking patriots who love their country, love their flag, love their children, and who believe that a nation must care for its own citizens first. Together we stared down a corrupt and broken political establishment, and we restored government of, by, and for the people. Our country is now thriving, prospering, and booming. And frankly, it's soaring to incredible new heights. Our economy is the envy of the world, perhaps the greatest economy we've had in the history of our country. And as long as you keep this team in place, we have a tremendous way to go. Our future has never, ever looked brighter or sharper. The fact is, the American dream is back. It's bigger and better and stronger than ever before. "2016 was not merely another four-year election. This was a defining moment in American history. Ask them right there. By the way, that is a lot of fake news back there. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? The amount of press we have tonight reminds me of the Academy Awards before it went political and their ratings went down the tubes. This was our chance to reclaim our government from a permanent political class that enriched itself at your expense. As I said on a wonderful, beautiful day at my inauguration, we did not merely transfer power from one party to another, but we transferred power back to you, the proud citizens of the United States of America. We stared down the unholy alliance of lobbyists and donors and special interests who made a living bleeding our country dry. That's what we've done. We broke down the doors of Washington back rooms where deals were cut to close our companies, give away your jobs, shut down our factories, and surrender your sovereignty and your very way of life. And we've ended it. We took on a political machine that tried to take away your voice and your vote. They tried to take away your dignity and your destiny. But we will never let them do that, will we? Many times I said we would drain the swamp, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. We're draining the swamp. the swamp is fighting back so viciously and violently.
Damn, Andy. I just saw
For the
Melania's
last 2.5
face.
years,
She's not
we
smiling
have
at
been
all.
siege. And with the Mueller report, we won. And now they want a do-over. They want a do-over. Let's do it again. Didn't work out too well. Let's do it again. They want a do-over. No president should ever have to go through this again. It is so bad for our great country. A hoax. A great hoax.
Let's see who's talking about a hoax.
Has been under assault from the very first day. We accomplished more than any other president has in the first 2.5 years of a presidency.
That's a lie.
That no president has had to deal with before, because we did, in the middle of the great and illegal witch hunt, things that nobody had been able to accomplish, not even close. Nobody's done what we have done in 2.5 years.
Well, that's a lie, because you never helped Puerto Rico get out the shithole of Maria.
Greatest witch hunt in political history. The only collusion was committed by the Democrats, the fake news media, and their operatives, and the people who funded the phony dossier, crooked Hillary Clinton, and the DNC.
Excuse me?
It was all an illegal attempt to overturn the results of the election, spy on our campaign, which is what they did, and subvert our democracy. Remember the insurance policy, just in case Hillary Clinton lost. Remember the insurance policy.
The insurance what? What is he saying about insurance policy?
They appointed 18 very angry Democrats to try to take down our incredible movement. After 2 years, 1.4 million pages of documents, 500 search warrants, 500 witnesses, 2,800 subpoenas, and 40 FBI agents working round the clock. What did they come up with? No collusion.
Well, you're phony.
That led our great Attorney General to determine no obstruction. No collusion, no obstruction. And they spent $40 million on this witch hunt. $40 million.
And we're still counting your lies.
That's right, they spent $40 million, probably a hell of a lot more than that.
Well, $40 million of taxpayers' dollars.
Russia than Donald Trump. Nobody. We call it the Russian hoax.
We call you the Trump hoax.
This line quote on the open mic, secretly telling the Russian president to, quote, inform Vladimir that after my election, I'll have more flexibility, okay?
Well,
Remember that?
you're a secret lover.
A lot of people remember that. I remember it. I saw it happen. I didn't like it. They don't bring it up. The fake news will never bring it up. And in September, just before the election, the FBI told President Obama about possible Russian interference, and he did nothing because he thought that Hillary Clinton, crooked Hillary, was going to win. That's why he did nothing. He did nothing. I built up the military.
imposed sanctions on Russia and provided alternative energy sources for all over Europe. That
Lies.
very, very strongly with Russia. We are, by the way, the #1 producer of energy in the world because of what we've done.
Lies. Lies.
The Democrats don't care about Russia. They only care about their own political power. They went after my family, my business, my finances, my employees, almost everyone that I've ever known or worked with. But they are really going after you. That's what it's all about. It's not about us, it's about you. They tried to erase your vote, erase your legacy of the greatest campaign and the greatest election probably in the history of our country. And they wanted to deny you the future that you demanded and the future that America deserves and that now America is getting. Our radical Democrat opponents are driven by hatred, prejudice, and rage. They want to destroy you, and they want to destroy our country as we know it. Not acceptable. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. To understand Democrats' ruthless action, look no further than the United States Supreme Court and our court system nationwide. I will soon have appointed my 145th judge. President Obama was very nice to us. He didn't fill the positions. I get there the first day. How many judges do I have to appoint? They said, sir, 139. Now it's 145. And we just finished number 107, already approved, sitting on the bench. How about that? And by the time we're finished with the rest, we will have a record percentages. Our percentage will be a record except for one person. One person has a higher percentage than your favorite president, Donald Trump. Do you know who that president is? He's got a higher percentage than me, and it's devastating. His name is George Washington. George is at 100%, and there's no way I'm going to get there no matter what I tell you. Got 100%. Well, he was first, so he just appointed him on. That was it. That's going to be a hard record to beat. They want to take away your judges. They want to pack the court with far-left ideologues. And they want to radicalize our judiciary. You know that. We already have a lot of that. Look at what they did to a great gentleman, Justice Kavanaugh, highly respected. They didn't just try to win, they tried to destroy him with false and malicious accusations. And thank you, Marco, and thank you, Lindsay, wherever you may be. Thank you. Great job. Thank you. Stand up. okay in South Carolina. Isn't that great? Now he's through the roof. Great, thank you. Great job. Thank you. Great people, all of them. They tried to ruin the family of now Justice Kavanaugh. They tried to ruin his career. They tried to ruin his life. They even wanted to impeach him on fraudulent charges. Those charges were a fraud. He did nothing wrong, all in pursuit of political domination and control. Just imagine what this angry left-wing mob would do if they were in charge of this country. Imagine if we had a Democrat president and a Democrat Congress in 2020.
That'll be the best ideal scenario.
Free speech, use the power of the law to punish their opponents, which they're trying to do now anyway. They'll always be trying to shield themselves. They would strip Americans of their constitutional rights while flooding the country with illegal immigrants in the hopes it will expand their political base and they'll get votes someplace down the future. That's what it's about.
We'll take you out of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in D.C. And we are looking at the most recent Quinnipiac poll. Donald Trump loses Florida and will lose big against Joseph Biden.
And you know, we couldn't get the wall approved by the Democrats, even though they voted for it 4 years ago and 6 years ago and didn't get built. But they voted for it. All of a sudden, Trump is president. We don't want a wall. Can you imagine? Can you imagine those caravans without having the barriers and walls that we've already put up and that are up? This country would be a mess like you wouldn't believe. So the wall is moving along. It's moving along rapidly. It's beautiful. I changed the design. It's stronger, bigger, better, and cheaper. A lot cheaper. You know, sometimes when they don't give you the money, you have to make it cheaper. Not going to happen, but it's going well. Instead of bringing us together as one America, Democrats want to splinter us into factions and tribes. They want us divided. Not going to happen to the Republicans anymore. It's not going to happen. This election is not merely a verdict on the amazing progress we've made. It's a verdict on the un-American conduct of those who try to undermine our great democracy and undermine you. And by the way, on July 4th in Washington, D.C., come on down. We're going to have a big day. Bring your flags. Bring those flags. Bring those American flags. July 4th. We're going to have hundreds of thousands of people. We're going to celebrate America. Sounds good, right? July 4th. Celebrate America. This election is a verdict on whether we want to live in a country where the people who lose an election refuse to concede and spend the next 2 years trying to shred our Constitution and rip your country apart.
Do you mean rip Trump apart?
During one of the debates, when crooked Hillary said, if I win, are you going to support me? But I must be honest, I didn't give her a great answer. That might have been my hardest question during the debate. Isn't it amazing that it worked the other way around, right? Isn't it amazing? If you want to know how the system is rigged, just compare how they came after us for 3 years with everything they have versus the free pass they gave to Hillary and her aides after they set up an illegal server, destroyed evidence, deleted and acid washed 33,000 emails, exposed classified information, and turned the State Department into a pay-for-play cash machine. $33,000 emails deleted. Think of it. I keep mentioning, there was a lot of corruption on the other side. But, the simplest thing, they get a subpoena from the United States Congress, and they decide that they're not going to give it. So, Lindsey Graham, they delete and they acid wash, which is very expensive. Nobody does it. They acid wash those emails. Never to be seen again, but we may find them somewhere deep in the State Department.
Yeah, because you're full of holes.
But can you imagine if I got a subpoena? Think of this. If I got a subpoena for emails, if I deleted one email like a love note to Melania, it's the electric chair for Trump. 33,000 emails. But let's see what happens. We now have a great attorney general. Let's see what happens. So if you want to shut down this rigged system once and for all, then show up November 3rd. That's your day, big day. And vote, vote, vote. We're going to have a big, big day. Thank you. And remember, the only thing these corrupt politicians will understand is an earthquake at the ballot box. That's what they will understand, and they're going to see it. We did it once, and now we will do it again, and this time we're going to finish the job. And this time should be a lot easier because we have done so much with our military, with our vets, with the Second Amendment, with our regulations, with the biggest tax cut in history, with getting rid of so many different problems, so many different things, including, by the way, the individual mandate on Obamacare, one of the worst things anybody's ever had to live through. We got rid of the individual mandate. Right? How many people are happy they no longer have to pay for the privilege of not paying for bad health insurance? How many people are happy? Bad health care. So every time you don't have to make out a check in order not to have health care, think of that. Think of that. This is the only country you pay for the very distinct privilege of not having to pay, but you had to pay a lot. Now you don't have to pay anymore. You don't want it, you don't have to pay. The individual mandate, Mike, we got rid of it. That was a big deal. The people trying to stop our movement are the same Washington insiders who spent their careers rigging the system so your losses will be their gains. You know that. These are the same career politicians who presided over decades of flat wages, the loss of our manufacturing jobs, 60,000. Can you believe that? 60,000. Who would believe that number? And you know how I know it's true? Because if it wasn't, I've been using it a lot. The fake news would have headlines. Trump used the phony number. They'd have headlines. It'd be the biggest story. Trump used, well, they never corrected it, so I assume, fellas, 60,000 shuttered factories. We closed up 60,000 factories. It didn't seem right. It didn't seem like it would be possible. An avalanche of job-killing regulations, a growing wealth gap, and one ruinous trade deal after another. By the way, those trade deals are getting very good, folks. See. We just completed the deal with South Korea. Great deal. We're working with Mexico and Canada. We have to get the Democrats to approve it. We want it to be bipartisan. As you know, you may have read a couple of things about China. I spoke to President Xi, terrific president, a great leader of China. Spoke to him this morning at length, and we'll see what happens. But we're either going to have a good deal and a fair deal, or we're not going to have a deal at all, and that's okay too. Because we are taking in billions and billions of dollars into our treasury, and companies are leaving China because they want to avoid paying these large tariffs. And by the way, when the fake news tells you that you're paying, in the case of China, they've devalued their currency. That helps them. And you know what else they're doing? They're subsidizing those companies. And you're not paying very much if you're paying anything at all. In the case of China. And we are taking billions and billions of dollars in. And remember this, and you know it as well as I do. We have never taken in 10 cents from China. We would lose $500 billion a year with China. We rebuilt China. They've done a great job, but they took us for suckers, and that includes Obama and Biden. They took us for suckers. 500 billion. 500 billion. Somebody said, you mean 500 billion? That's a lot too, right now. $500 billion. It's actually more than that. I don't want to be too specific, 507. We're fighting against the same far-left politicians that ravaged our great cities and crushed the dreams of African-American middle class. The same people who threw open our borders and allowed drugs, gangs, and illegal labor to devastate our poorest American communities. You know that. Our political opponents look down with hatred on our values and with utter disdain for the people whose lives they want to run. That's the way they've been doing it. And if you take a look at the African American community, how much progress has been made. The lowest in the history of our country. They called you and us. You remember this? They called us deplorables. That was a mistake.
And we calling you a disgrace.
I'll never forget, I was making a speech after Hillary used the word deplorables. And I didn't think it was that bad. You know why? She used another word. You know what the other word was? She said deplorables and irredeemables. I think that was worse, but it didn't get picked up. You never know what's going to get picked up. It didn't. I think irredeemables is worse than deplorables. But I'll never forget, I was making a speech the next day. We had a big crowd in a great, great state. And women in particular were wearing, "We are deplorables. The deplorables love you." And there were hundreds and hundreds of people wearing "We are deplorables." And I said, I think Hillary Clinton made a big mistake with that speech. And that is the problem with politics. One word and your career is ruined. You never know. You have to be very careful with the fakers back there. I have news for Democrats who want to return us to the bitter failures and betrayals of the past. We are not going back. We're going on to victory. Going on to victory.
You're not going to victory.
Because they'll all take it away as fast as it can. And as Mike Pence said a little while ago, that's why we want a little more time. It's going to be cemented. It's going to be cemented. You know, we have a big decision to make. You know what I'm going to say? We have to come up with a theme for the new campaign, right? Is it going to be Make America Great Again, which is probably and possibly the greatest theme in the history of politics, I think. Make America Great Again. MAGA country, right? MAGA. MAGA. MAGA country. We're in MAGA country. That I can tell you.
That's a lie.
But you
You're
know,
full of
today on the
lies.
stock market, a lot of good things are happening, but we had a very big day and we're very close to, I think, our 68 record. You know, we hit all-time records. This tremendous. I think it's actually more than that, but it's a lot. So now I say we've made America great again. But how do you give up the number one, call it theme, logo, statement in the history of politics for a new one? But you know, there's a new one that really works. And that's called Keep America Great, right? Keep America Great. Keep America great. In other words, make America great again. Well, we've really done it. We've rebuilt our military, it's still in the process. We've taken care of our vets. We've cut the hell out of regulations. You know, I've cut more regulations than any president in the history of our country, regardless of the length of their term. So now I say, we have a lot of brilliant talent, campaign people. They cost a fortune and they never give me any ideas. I'm only kidding. So now I'm saying, what do we use as our theme, as our statement? So I'm going to ask you to vote on it. I'm going to go Make America Great Again, then Keep America Great. Let me just hear by your cheers what you like. So, in all fairness, Make America Great, the greatest of all time. I really believe that. The greatest of all time. How do you give up the greatest of all time with a new thing? Because you know what's going to happen? If I do it with a new theme, I give up the greatest of all time. And if I lose, people are going to say, what a mistake that was. But we're not going to lose, so it's not going to matter. We're not going to lose. Right? We're not going to lose. Are you ready? First we do Make America Great Again. Then we do Keep America Great. Let me hear it. Ready? Make America Great Again. Not bad. Not bad. If I would have said that 3 years ago, it wouldn't be a contest, right? You ready? Keep America Great. Wow. I'm sorry, MAGA country, but that wasn't too close. I thought you had it won, and then I heard this cheer. My eardrums will never be the same. Keep America great.
Bull hell!
Very good. We're going to keep on fighting for every man and woman and child all across this land. With every ounce of heart and might and sweat and soul, we're going to keep making America great again. And then we will indeed keep America great. Oh, we will keep it so great. Better than ever before. We're going to keep it better than ever before. And that is why tonight I stand before you to officially launch my campaign for a second term as President of the United States. Thank you. I can promise you that I will never, ever let you down. I won't. And I am profoundly
Man,
thankful
breaking news. Donald
to
John
my
Trump
family. I have a great
just
family.
announced from Orlando,
Melania,
Florida, that he's
John,
running for a second
Ivanka,
term.
Eric, Tiffany, Baron, Laura, Jared, Robert, Marianne, Elizabeth, and my late brother, Fred Jr. Thank you. We're joined tonight by many great patriots who fight right by our side. Florida's terrific governor.
The one who stole the elections!
Thank you, Ron.
Ron DeSantis is a thief!
Casey DeSantis, what a job you're doing. Thank you.
They
Thank
both
you.
are
Thank you.
they
What-
both a bunch of thieves.
And again, your great Lieutenant Governor, who I hear is fantastic, right? Jeanette Nunes. Jeanette. Thank you, Jeanette. Beautiful job. Your Florida CFO, Jimmy Patronis. Some really brilliant, tough, wonderful friends who have helped me so much. Senators Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, Marco Rubio of Florida, and Rick Scott of Florida.
Andy, Donald John Trump just announced
These are great
officially that he's
They're
running
tough, they're
in
smart, and they love our country.
2020.
Thank
And
you
you
very
have
much.
there
Marco,
Nancy Graham,
Lindsey, thank you.
Marco Rubio,
Members
and
of
Rick
Congress,
Scott.
Warriors also. Boy, they're up there. You want them protecting you. I'll tell you. They don't stop. Matt Gaetz, Ted Yoho, and Michael Walsh. Thank you.
And of course, the
And
person
also
who
all of our
represents
friends and
the
our
Florida
supporters have been incredible.
Panhandle,
This has been
Matt
a tremendous night.
Gaetz.
You've really been incredible. Since the very first day I walked through the doors of the White House, I have never forgotten who sent me there. You did. You did. You did. You did. You did. You all did. When I get behind my desk in the beautiful Oval Office, I think about only one thing: how the American people are going to win, win, win today. And I'm fighting for you, and I think you see that. Not easy. But I love it, and the reason I love it, because there have been few presidents that have been able to do what we've been able to do for you, and it is a great, great feeling. Thank you. I love it.
Thank you.
Together, we're breaking the most sacred rule in Washington politics. We are keeping our promises to the American people.
You're not keeping them.
Because my only special interest is you. I don't have this special interest. I don't care. I don't care.
Yes, you do.
And by the way,
Stop lying, Donald Trump.
a woman who has been so good, so talented, so wonderful, and we're sort of going to be losing her. I have a feeling she's going to be running for a certain gubernatorial position. Don't worry about it, Ron. It's not going to be in Florida. It won't be in Florida, I promise you, Casey.
He's covering
It should
him
be
along
tough,
with
right?
C-SPAN.
But a woman who's a special woman and
Of
right to her
course,
father,
but
by the way.
CNN
He's out
has
there
been,
fighting drugs all the time.
mentioning it.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
What? Wait a minute. Did I hear Sarah Huckabee Sanders is running for office? What the F is going on?
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. This has been truly the honor of a lifetime. One of the most incredible experiences anybody could ever imagine. And that's because I've had the chance to be on the front row of history and watch you drastically change our country for the better. You've made America great. You're going to continue to make America great. I couldn't be prouder to be part of your team. I'm going to go spend a little time with my kids, but no one will be a stronger voice and a more fierce advocate for this president, because he's fighting for all of the people in this room and for all of the people that you represent all over the country. And he's going to have an incredible 6 more years to make our country as strong as it's ever been. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
I thought that she was going to announce that she's running. But instead, we have Andrew Mark Cuomo's brother, Chris, interviewing Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar.
We're going to miss her. We're going to miss her. Thank you, Sarah. Incredible. A warrior. Since the election, we have created 6 million new jobs. Nobody thought that would be possible. They said it wouldn't be possible. We have lifted more than 6 million Americans off of food stamps, and we're getting off of welfare and back into the workforce, and they're so happy. They are so happy. The unemployment rate is the lowest rate it's been in over 51 years. Think of that. And as I said before about African American, I now say also about Hispanic American and Asian American unemployment have reached the lowest rates in the history of our country, unemployment. And African American poverty has also reached by far the lowest rate in history. These are incredible numbers. And today, right now as we speak, almost 160 million people are working. That's more than ever before. It's the first time ever the number of people is almost 160 million, and we're going to be breaking that number
the
soon.
incumbent governor is not eligible to run. So it's possible. I would never rule it out, Jason.
Women filled
That's a
60%
good call,
of the new
Andy.
jobs created last year, and women's unemployment is now the lowest it's been in 74 years. Wages are rising at the fastest rate in many decades. And really what's nice is they're rising the fastest.
Oh!
Americans. Isn't that nice? Percentage-wise, the fastest. And our pledge to the American worker,
Yeah, because I
who
also know in
Ivanka Trump, has
2022,
worked so hard.
Governor of Maryland is also up. Thus, potentially, maybe Larry Hogan runs in 2024 for the presidency.
She's worked hard, has secured commitments to provide private sector training opportunities to nearly 10 million Americans. It's been an incredible story. It's been an incredible story. Great job. To get relief to working families, we passed the largest package of tax cuts and reforms in American history, the largest. We doubled the child tax credit, and the typical family of four earning $75,000 has seen a tax cut of over $2,000 a year. And that money goes right back into our economy. Our record-breaking regulatory reduction campaign has saved every American household an average of $3,000 per year. And we've ended the last administration's cruel and heartless war on American energy. What they were doing to our energy should never be forgotten. The United States is now the #1 producer of oil and natural gas anywhere in the world. And something I want to make clear to the media, we have among the cleanest and sharpest, crystal clean, you've heard me say it, I went crystal clean, air and water anywhere on earth. We are creating a future of American energy independence, and yet our air and water are the cleanest they've ever been by far.
Lies!
And importantly, we are reversing decades of calamitous trade policies. When I came into office, we inherited one of the worst trade deals ever negotiated, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Would have put you all out of work. TPP would have dealt the death blow to the U.S. auto industry, which, by the way, is doing great. Many, many plants are now under construction in Michigan and Ohio, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. They hadn't built one in decades, and now they're all over the place. In my first week, I withdrew the United States from the job-killing catastrophe that we know what that is, TPP and the Paris Environmental Accord. Not too good. Not too good. I thought I was going to take a lot of heat on that. I took none. Would have cost us trillions and trillions of dollars. And we're replacing the NAFTA disaster with the brand new USMCA. And USMCA, that's Mexico and Canada, We'll create at least 75,000 new jobs for American auto workers and give a massive boost to our farmers and ranchers and growers all across the Sunshine State. And we'll hopefully soon have bipartisan support because everybody wants it to happen.
Oh, bull hell!
It replaces one of the worst trade deals ever made, NAFTA. NAFTA was a beauty. It was really good if you want to see everybody leave our country. Thanks to our tariffs, American steel mills are roaring back to life. You know that. And we've taken historic action to confront China's chronic trading abuses. It should have been done a long time ago, but the days of stealing American jobs and American companies, American ideas and wealth, those days are over. In the 8 years before I took office, on average, we lost 2,000 manufacturing jobs a month. Since my inauguration, we've added 16,000 manufacturing jobs a month. That didn't happen by accident. Remember the statement from the previous administration? You need a magic wand to bring back manufacturing. Well, we'll tell Sleepy Joe that we found the magic wand. The sleepy guy. And to remedy past injustices, we passed groundbreaking criminal justice reform.
Bull hell!
We
More bull hell!
policies that unfairly affected the African American community. So unfair. We are boldly confronting the opioid and drug addiction. And you know what's happening? Drug addiction is the scourge of our country and many other countries. And we have made so much progress. So much progress. Opioids down 17, 18, 19, and 21% in some places. And I want to thank our First Lady for having worked so hard on that. Thank you. Thank you. And we're expanding affordable health care, creating plans 60% cheaper than Obamacare. And we passed something I'm very proud of. They've wanted to pass it for 45 years. All of the gentlemen that are sitting here from Congress, your congressmen, your senators, they helped us. It's called Right to Try. We have the greatest medical labs in the world. We have incredible things under advisement. And our people, if they were very sick, they were terminally ill, they couldn't get anything because people said, no, it might hurt them. They're terminally ill. So I said, that doesn't make sense. And these people, if they were rich or had money, they'd go to Asia, they'd go to Europe, they'd go all over the world looking for a cure. Because the FDA would not approve what we call Right to Try. What a beautiful name, Right to Try. And I got it approved. After 44 years, I got it approved. And I saw a beautiful young woman the other day on television, Miss Hart. Incredible woman. Did anyone see her? She was incredible. And she was so thankful. And she's doing so well. And they were giving her instructions on what you do when you're dying. And then all of a sudden, this happened. And now it looks like she's going to be around for a long time. And there are many, many cases like this. Right to Try. And I hope nobody in this room ever needs it. But we now have it. For the first time in half a century, we've reduced the price of prescription drugs, and our amazing veterans are no longer left to languish and die on endless waiting lists, standing online, waiting for a doctor. We passed VA Choice so they can see their doctor. Our veterans were waiting online for 2 days, 7 days, 3 weeks, 5 weeks. You had veterans waiting in line that could have easily been taken care of. They waited so long, they became terminally ill in many cases. The stories are horrible. We passed VA choice. You go out now, you get a doctor, you fix yourself up, the doctor sends us the bill, we pay for it. And you know what? It doesn't matter because the life and the veteran is more important. But we also happen to save a lot of money doing that. Can you believe it? VA choice for the veterans. They've been trying to get that passed also for about 44 years. And we also passed VA accountability so that when somebody does bad things or mistreats our wonderful veterans, we couldn't do anything with them. They were protected. Between civil service and unions and all of the problems, it didn't matter. You couldn't do anything. Now you can just say, you're fired. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Let's listen to Chris Cuomo.
He's held almost 60 of these rallies since he took office. And it might seem like the only thing he's done more than these rallies is tweet or play golf. Now, there are lessons in these legions. Deep, but not wide. That is the main takeaway. This president has gone for a deep connection and enthusiasm that comes with the kind of thing he is selling. When you divide, you necessarily are cutting off part of your potential support and intensifying the other part. So this president has gone for such intense us versus them that he has boiled down his base to the most ardent and open to the fear and aggression in his message. First was about the wall, keep out the brown menace. Then it was lock her up. Now it is massive ICE roundups in the millions. All are about a hostility toward a common enemy, us versus them. Animated animus that sometimes put POTUS as an apparent ally with some dark figures. His dependence on stoking and retweeting right-wing hate pushers is a product of this pandering. While his rivals have to spend their time chasing each other all over the primary map, he's setting up shop in Florida for a reason. He knows the places he has to win, and he can focus on it while the rest of the field is being winnowed. He has a challenge. He's not the other this time. He is the status quo. He is no longer change for what many, many more than fit in that arena may want to see change. Hence the fact that he's trailing several top Democrats. But he has more money. He has a more established ground game. But he has been stubbornly ignorant to the reality of the business axiom that every entrepreneur knows: grow or die. He lost the popular vote and has done little to grow since then. Witness the midterms. He lost worse in that election all across the country, red, blue, and purple, bigly. Yet, while conventional wisdom says this president is making a bad bet by packing that rally, by pandering to things that won't build a full base to win, pandering to voters' fears is always a powerful proposition. So that's tonight. We also have news on the Democratic front, part of the new guard of Democrats in the House, but coming from a Republican district. She's been reluctant to jump on the impeachment train, but Professor Katie Porter says she can no longer stay silent. She's here to make the case and be tested. Next.
Let's continue hearing Donald John Trump for a couple of minutes.
Democrat-run cities. Democrats support sanctuary cities. Thank you, Governor Ron, for ending that whole disaster.
Ron DeSantis is a thief.
They release dangerous criminal aliens into our communities. Ron DeSantis, great job. Great. Really great. Thank you. So smart. Common sense. It's common sense. Sanctuary cities are an open attack on American law enforcement. and American families, sacrificing American lives in pursuit of a callous political agenda. That's all it is. No one who supports sanctuary cities should be allowed to run for president of the United States. Republicans believe welfare, schools, hospitals, and public resources should be protected for all Americans. And yes, we are doing things that few others have even tried to do. We are making progress like nobody would believe. Wait till you see some of the things that you're going to be hearing about over the next 2 months. We believe our country should be a sanctuary for law-abiding citizens, not for criminal aliens.